before we start the class, okay, what we have done this in these 4 days, we need to go a quick recap for that. Okay. So as you all know that we are focusing on shell scripting. Okay. So this is a PPT. Generally, I don't believe in PPT, but then it's an old PPT which I had for shell scripting. I just want to go and do a quick recap where all the concepts will be cleared, like whatever you have learned till date. Okay. So we have learned that what are the shells are there. Shell is going to communicate with the kernel, as I told you. You see, user, terminal, shell, operating system, kernel, hardware. I told you, right, that a user will talk to a terminal. Terminal is nothing but the PuTTY terminal or this Visual Studio, this particular terminal where we are working on. Okay. So this terminal is going to talk to the shell. Shell is going to talk to the operating system, okay, which is nothing but kernel. And then kernel, by the way, will talk to the, at the end, will talk to the hardware, right? So basic things. Okay. We will give an input to shell. Shell will give either an output, means something, some good, some value, or it will give an error to us. Okay. So it means this, that I'm giving some value to shell, either it will give output or it will give error, right? Like this. Fine. So shell is any program, lot of commands, some repetitive task. If you want to do, there are multiple shell commands. We can put that into a file, and then that will be called as a shell script. Okay. One. So now I told you that before you write a shell script, there is something called this hash exclamation. This is called shebang, which we have to declare. Nowadays, we are all using bash shell. So even if you do not declare it, doesn't matter. It will be using the bash, the default shell of the operating system, which is the bash shell, right? So if you want to run a shell command, what you have to do, you have to create a shell file called hello.sh, or maybe any file with an extension .sh. Okay, it's not mandatory that you have to give sh.sh. You may or may not give it. Okay, it's your wish. And then what you have to do, give // that file. If you give / this file name, okay, it may give you error. So for that reason, what you have to do, you have to give a permission to this. Okay, what kind of permission? Execute permission to a file. Either you can run shell script like this, or you can run with sh space the script name, like we are running here, like this. Either you run like this or run like this. Fine. Now these are some operators, okay, which you can use, like cat, a greater than symbol, temp file, okay, where if you run like this, what will happen? I have shown you yesterday that, okay, suppose if you want to create a file called hello.txt, you can create like this, cat greater than symbol hello.txt, where you can write a message later, echo hello, and then give Control-D, and you will find that hello.txt file is created. Right? This is one way to create a file. Right. So this is all input here. Also, we have seen yesterday this 2 greater than symbol. What is that for? This is for error. Okay, and this is for the output. Correct. So output is going to go inside this, and the error is going to go to the 2 greater than symbol. Right. Yesterday we have seen this. If you have missed that class, see the yesterday's video and you will be able to understand like what exactly I'm trying to explain. So that means when we are running a command, if it is erroring out, it will go to this particular log file. And when if it is the output is going to go for this particular log file, right? Now these are some basic things which is there. Okay, I'll proceed further. So this is one more environment variable. This is all Linux thing, not shell script, but then this is path variable. Okay, path variable is a variable where suppose if you want to keep a file, if you are creating a file, a hello.sh, and you do not want to give // or don't want to give sh, you want to just run that command. You want to make this as a command rather than a script. Okay, so you will add this path in this path variable, and then it will behave like a command. Okay, like this. So if this is hello.txt, if you run this hello.txt, see, it is printing you hello. But then if you just run like this, it will say command not found. Okay, so now if you do not give sh in the front, it is saying command not found because it is behaving like a command. Now, how will you make this as a command? Give this path, and then what you do export path is equal to this particular thing, $path. If you give like this, this is a path variable added. Now you run this hello.txt, and you see it will behave like a command, right? So this is your this is a way to make a shell script like a command. Okay, if you want to make a shell script command, then you should be adding that path of the shell script on the path variable. Okay, I'll just give it to the chat window so that you can save it. Okay, yeah, you can. So those who are, so Minaj, you are asking that can we give custom error file? Definitely you can give custom error file. Okay, okay, so now these are few basic things. Echo dollar user, okay, just printing for. So what is the difference between a single quote and a double quote? This is again an interview question. Okay, a single quote means it will not print, it will not show the value of the dollar user, but then double quotes will show the value of it. Okay, so like if user is having let me show you, x is equal to 10. If you want to show the value of x, then you give double quote. If you want to print, if you give this, what will be the output? Okay, because you are giving single quote, this one, it's a single quote. So what will be the output? It will be $x only. It will not print you the value of the file. So x is equal to 10. You are trying to print the value. Okay, give double quote. If you do not want to print the value, if you want to print this as a string, then you give this like this. Okay. Okay. So yeah, these are a few basic things I'm just showing you because this is a shell script class, and then we will go and quickly do the code deploy, code build, and then there is one more which we have discussed, like we will be creating using Docker. Okay, we will try to do that also. There's a lot to do today. Okay. If else, anyway, we have seen yesterday, then exit status, we have seen that if the exit status is 0, that means true. If it is not 0, that means it is a false condition. So we can use that exit status as an exception handling. Okay, in our if else thing, here you see. Okay, this is also we have seen yesterday that where a logic test will be there where -f, this means this file exists or not. Not is equal, not -f means if this file doesn't exist, then it is true. Okay, this statement is true when this file doesn't exist. The statement is not true when this file exists. Okay, -a here is and condition. -o is for or condition. Either one of the condition is true, it will work. Okay, here both the conditions should be true. Means this file should be there and this file also should be there. Then only it will go inside the if condition. Here any one of the condition is true, it will work. Okay, fine. So then there is if else. Okay, and then there is something called else if also. Like if there are multiple if else conditions, if there is a condition matching, you do this, otherwise you do this, otherwise you do this, else nothing is matching, you do this. Okay, then you will use this elif condition. Okay, elif means else if. So I'll be sharing this particular kind PPT to all of you, which you can use for the future purpose, right? Someone is sharing the video. Maybe you can off the video. Shiva Krishna. Let me see. Stop video. Okay. Yeah, video is not required, guys. Okay, so maybe I'll just switch off the video. Okay. To give an unmute access to all of you. Yeah. So now, here you see this is an example where this condition, okay, then you do something else. If this condition, then you do something else, you do this, right? There are three conditions. So like this. So now we also discussed about for loop yesterday. Okay, it's like this: for I in something, and then it will go and list things. Okay, so we have checked this one. A limit is equal to 10. It's a variable where a is equal to 1, a less than is equal to limit. Okay, and a plus plus. So how many times it will run? It will run for 10 times. Okay, and it will show the value of a. Correct? So 10 times the loop will run. While is also a loop condition where you will be using while condition, like a is equal to 0, limit is equal to 10. So now a less than a limit, where only one condition is there. Okay, this one, no declaration of the variable here. Okay, while, so it will keep on running the loop till the time a is greater than the limit value, which is nothing but 10, and then it will come out of the loop. Okay, so why am I showing you all these things today? Because there are few questions which I want you to all answer. Okay, here in this, here you see, after this session, okay, probably we'll not meet, but then we want you all to answer all these questions. Here you see question 1 to 10 questions. These are not easy questions, these are little difficult questions, so which you will be answering one by one. So everyone, if you answer this, you will get a certificate. Okay, so you have to answer all these questions to get a certificate that is, shell scripting, right? So that is why actually I'm just showing you, because there will be some questions which we have defined based on while loop, based on for loop, based on if condition, based on if else, else if, so all these things. So if you want to send an email notification, so you can send a
Sir, can you re-explain the source one more time, please?
Sorry?
The previous slide, source. Why do we do sourcing? We use sometimes on the command prompt, we use source and stuff like.
Source, yeah. So this one you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So now this is an environment variable. Okay. If you want to, suppose if you want to set up some variables, how will you set up a variable? Okay, interview question, you will source it. Okay, so that means I'll go and create a file called vi temp.env. I want to set up, or suppose helm.env. Okay, I want to set some Helm related environment file. Helm is kind of a package manager in Kubernetes. So I will try to use Helm. I'll try to set up some Helm related environment variables. So I'll create an environment file called helm.env, and in that I will try to write something. Okay, suppose x is equal to 10. Now, or y is equal to 10. Now I will save this file. Okay, now if I try to do echo $y, I will see null. But then I want to set this file. Source this. Source helm.env. If I do this now, what I will do, if I do echo $y, you see, I'm able to see the value. So this is how, why you will use env file to set up some environment variables. Okay, like when you use New Relic. In DevOps world, you will set up, suppose, New Relic environment variable. You will set up, okay, suppose Tomcat environment variable, Apache Home you will set up. You will set up Ansible related environment variables, Git related environment variables. So all of those things you can set up in one environment variables, and then you can actually run that before you enter inside the in the container or in a server, right?
So then what is the difference between source and export?
Say export is what? You are exporting it manually, right? Here or in the bash profile you will have to do. Sourcing is like multiple environment variables are there. You can actually source it in one shot. Okay, like ls, okay, echo $hello or echo hello. There are two commands. Now, if you want to keep all this command in one shot, what you will do, you will create a file. You will write test.sh, okay, and then what you will do, you will put ls and echo $hello, right? There are two commands which you kept in the script file. Now, similarly, if there are 2-3 environment variables are there, or 10 environment variables are there, you cannot set up all those things manually, right?
Yes.
What will you do? You will keep that in this file and then you will source it. Okay, to set up multiple environment variables together. You can also source with dot or with source command. Give dot and the environment variables, or give source and the environment variable. Okay, fine. Now,
So one question.
Yeah, can you type the question? We have a lot to do. Please type your question. Okay, I'll come to that little later. Okay, we have to complete. Okay, otherwise we will be stuck in this slide. We have to go to code deploy, code build, and I want to show you that particular project. Okay, we have less time. Sorry for that. Type your question. Okay, or type your question over this. Those who have multiple other questions, okay, I really appreciate that you have a lot of questions, and this is very good for us and for you. Type this question here in the forum, and then I would love to answer that. Okay, I would love to answer question asked in forum. Okay, cool. Let me remove the unmute access for now. Okay, so there is a find condition. Okay, now what is find condition? Think that this is my directory. In this directory, I want to search a file called this. Okay, how will I search? Test.log. Okay, either I can do like this, but then there may be a directory. There are a lot of directories you have created, maybe A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Okay, yes. So this is your directory which you created. See, directory inside directory, directory inside directory, and inside this directory you have copied a file called test.log. Okay, now you need to search that test.log from this directory. So how will you search? You will run a find command, find dot minus name test.log. Okay, enter. So what it is doing, it is searching in this directory. In this directory, complete directories it will search. Okay, dot means in this directory, in the current directory, it will search this test.log, and wherever it finds test.log, it will show it to you. Okay, pretty simple. This is not shell scripting. Okay, I'm just showing you some Linux commands which you can integrate with your shell script. Okay, m time is like modified time, like when it was modified last. Okay, you can also give wildcard like star.lis. Okay, like, okay, suppose there is a file called, you want to search all the log files, not just test.log, but all the log files, star.log. Okay, so give a wildcard called star.log, and it will show you all the log files. Okay, so like this, there are multiple commands. I want to show you one more last command, which is email notification. Okay, so many a times you will write a script. Okay, and what you want to do, once you write a script, you want to send an email. Okay, so you will use what? You will use echo the message. Okay, or suppose the message is in this log. Okay, in this total log, you have to send a log file. This particular log file, you want to send it to your support email ID. Okay, so that everybody will see. Okay, so there is a task which you need to perform. Okay, and after the task, the log file, you need to send it to the DL address. The DL means the distribution list, or your support email address. Okay, so that you all will see that email, and you will find out that, okay, boss, fine, this particular script ran perfectly or not. Okay, so in that scenario, what you will do, you will write a script. Okay, test.sh, suppose, and in this script, once you have done all this activity, at the end, you will send a mail. Okay, so what will you do? You will create the log file, and in that log file, you will send it. So, okay, you will do like this: log file mail -s. S is for subject. You will say, okay, you will keep a date parameter here. Okay, that today's date. And what is this script for? Maybe MySQL database backup. Every day you are taking database backup. Okay, status, and then you will send it to the recipient. Okay, maybe support@LwpLabs.com. So why are you sending like this? Because in support@LwpLabs.com, there will be multiple people. The full DevOps team is there. They will get an email that, okay, this particular script ran perfectly or not. If not, on such and such date, okay, they will go and take an action on it. So this is also one more thing which you will be doing, okay, which you will be using in your script. Okay, when you write a shell script, this is also one of the best practices which you will be doing. Okay, like yesterday we have done this, right? This particular backup we have done. Once the backup is completed, what you do, you send an email, echo this and send this an email. Okay, backup status, and send this email to support@LwpLabs.com. This is what you have to do. So in interview, they might ask you, like, how will you send an email for suppose if you have a batch activity or a cron job scheduled every day, how will you send it? How will you send your status email to your DL address? This is one of the notification which is very, very important for all of you. Okay, that you should know that as a DevOps engineer, this is one of the tasks, not just writing a script. Okay, script लिख दिया खत्म काम, ऐसा नहीं. Script लिखने के बाद, once you write the script, you have to send a notification also. Okay, notification. So keep these things in mind. Okay, maybe you can send this message, or you can see here there is anyway a log file, whatever, you can actually send this also. Somebody was asking this particular script in general channel. I will just okay. So all of you should be there in the Slack channel. Okay, if you want to participate in question answers, if you still have doubt, you can always ask in Slack channel your doubt, or you can post in your, if you do not want to be in Slack, this personal issue, no, I don't want to be in Slack, I just want to be, okay, I don't want any notification, so go and ask in forum. Okay, but I would encourage you, all of you, to be in the Slack channel. Okay, so that we can become a family. Okay, so yeah, so this is one thing. Let me put the Slack link one more time. So now, cool. So now let's jump. These are all basic things of shell scripting which we have done. Okay, and I hope you all have understood till then. Okay, now let's do one big project. Okay, so that like we have done on the third day, one project. Okay, what project we have done? We have done this particular project, right? Where we created a DevOps server. We created an RDS, we created an S3, we will take a lot of database backup and keep it in S3. Okay, we created an IAM role so that the access will be there, and all those things which we have done in our third day. Okay, let's do this kind of thing today for our this okay activity. So let me stop the recording and start one more time. Okay, so guys, let's do this now. Okay, so today we are going to complete one project. Okay, as our company name is LwpLabs, we are only famous only on one thing. Okay, DevOps, our company, and we can proudly say that we are someone who only focus on projects. Okay, and not just that, okay, you will do project and you will not be able to learn something. Okay, you will not be having the basic understanding, the foundation will not be there. Just like today we have done, or in these 5 days we have done, that we will give you basic understanding, start from ls command. Okay, but then it will not be that basic that you can't go and crack interview. Okay, you will be like, hey, where when people or interviewer is asking you something, and then you will be thinking, what the heck? I never learned this. Okay, no one explained me on YouTube this particular thing. No one explained me, okay, this particular scenario based questions anywhere. Okay, so we are someone, as per as our name, learn with project labs. Okay, we focus on mainly on DevOps now, on different clouds. Okay, where our we are mastered in AWS and Azure now. Okay, GCP is still we are exploring more and more, and we are creating more and more big projects. Okay, but then these are like already matured enough courses which we give here. Out of this particular course curriculum, right, this main curriculum which we have and which we are going to start, I'm going to show you one project. Okay, a sample project which is going to give you that particular hint how we train our students. Okay, we don't spoon feed them. Okay, yes, definitely we explain them, we push them hard, we give them this particular opportunity to learn new things by doing a project and googling by themselves. Okay, we don't make them handicapped. Okay, we show them the complete end-to-end project which they can copy paste in CV and start applying for job. Okay, they can show that as an experience. Now by this, a lot of people got job. Okay, it's like internationally we are renowned. Like a lot of people got job in Ireland, US, okay, UK. Okay, there are a lot of examples. You can go to our Google review page and you can check. A lot of people got job. Okay, and they mentioned that in that. Okay, after doing this particular project-based training, they got a job. Okay, so this will give you that confidence enough that, okay, yes, people after studying from multiple institute, they come to us just for project. They say that, sir, can you just teach us project? I know that I have done training from such and such institute, X institute, Y institute, I'll not tell name, but then still I don't have that confidence. So what we do, we say them that, okay, this is your CV, boss. This is what the CV which we'll be giving you. Now this CV have some project explained here. I have created, implemented various DevOps CI/CD pipelines. So where are the pipelines which you have done? So they will see this.
Rahul, I'm sorry for interrupting. Recently, few people got jobs, so I posted that in the chat window, the
Okay,
WhatsApp chat.
awesome. So yeah, so there are some examples which is already see, people got job, and then we have actually posted just now, just for you to get that confidence. These are kind of projects you all will be doing. Okay, and you will be showcasing these things in your interview, like with Kubernetes. Not just we will see Kubernetes and we'll just end up. Okay, no, we do things with project, and that's where we are proud enough to say that we are the only institute, we say that we are resume based learning platform. Okay, where we will create a resume first, and then we will implement the resume, and then we'll start applying for job. Okay, this is what we do. Now, to give that a hint what we do generally, okay, let's create a project, okay, from scratch. So for this, I already told all of you, to do a project, we need an AWS account. So I hope you all have an AWS account. Okay, from the very first day, I'm actually saying all of you. Some of you, if you have joined today, sorry for the miss, but then you can go for the YouTube channel and go and get the past recordings. Okay, most of the recordings will be 1 hour. Okay, because we don't believe again on small 15 minutes. We think that 15 minutes mein kuch nahi hota. You can't learn 15 minutes. Okay, this is so vast. So you have to do the complete project. So it will take 1 hour, 1.5 hours, and then we upload the whole live class. Okay, nobody does that, but we do. Okay, the whole live class we upload, so that they will be it will be from scratch. Okay, you will not miss anything. So now, with this understanding, let's do one project. Okay, the project sees that there is a server, okay, where you need to deploy your application. Okay. This application will be accessed by a customer. Till this, it is true for any company, anything. Any website, any company will have a website, customer will be there. And there will be a web application. Okay. Now, this web application is a static web application. Means there will be an HTML file. No hi-fi application, just a HTML file. Okay, you will be copying. To open this HTML file, we need to install HTTPD, web server. Okay, a software. Like if I give you an Excel file, how will you open it? Microsoft Excel. Similarly, if I give you an HTML file, how will you open? This customer will open with HTTPD. Okay, till this clear? No doubt. I'll give an unmute access. Anyone doesn't have understanding on this. Okay, you can ask questions from this project diagram. Okay. If we cannot complete today this project, maybe we can complete on Monday. Okay, we can give you one link where you can join, and then but then it is a little big project. Okay, just focus on this. So there will be a server, customer trying to access through what? A domain. This is a URL, or we can say a domain. When they type a domain, they will open this HTML file. They are requesting an HTML file. That means it is a GET request. Okay. So this customer is giving a GET request for this HTML file. What is the other request? There are two kinds of requests, post and GET. So this customer is trying to give a GET request. Post means when they want to update. So when I say static website, it will be always what kind of request? GET or post? Can anybody tell? GET request. Okay, fine. So GET request, because you are always, it's a static website, it's not changing. जो है वही है. तो post क्या करेंगे? Always GET करेंगे. Okay, so it's a static website. So we will try to get things. So it is GET. Now you need to deploy. Okay, now I will integrate this with shell scripting. Okay, now you will learn how shell scripting is integrated with all these projects. Okay, let's see. So now you have to create this server. You have to install this particular software. You have to copy this file somehow in this server. Okay, for doing this particular activity, what are we using? We are using code deploy. Okay, code deploy. Okay, code deploy is going to do what? It is going to deploy the application. Okay, deploy the application means it is going to copy the HTML file here so that Apache can read it. There will be at the same time, okay, let me just make it code deploy here. Okay, there are some developers who is creating this HTML file, right? Who is going to create the HTML file? Developers are going to create, right? कोई तो develop करेगा. Who is going to develop? Developers. Okay, HTML file. They are going to create the HTML file. This HTML file they are going to push where? To GitHub. Okay. Now this HTML file is present in this GitHub. Now, what is your task? To copy this HTML from here to here. For this, you are using code deploy. And who will trigger your code deploy? Code pipeline. Okay, so code pipeline will do what? This is all AWS DevOps. Okay, AWS DevOps tools. Code pipeline, code deploy. People say AWS DevOps means Jenkins also is AWS DevOps. No. Okay, Jenkins is a open source tool. Okay, we cannot call it as a AWS DevOps. That is a separate thing. That is called DevOps on AWS. Okay, this is AWS DevOps where we are using code deploy and code pipeline. Okay, so what code pipeline is going to do? It is having two tasks. First task is fetch the code Okay. So code pipeline will fetch the code here. The next task will be what? Run the code deploy. What code deploy will do? Code deploy will copy the code here. Okay. Everyone understood? Now here, where is the shell script thing? Okay, now we will see. Where is this? How is the shell script being used here? We'll see now. But then this project is understood, guys.
This
You didn't
one,
understand this.
the code pipeline, is it the inside or is it outside? I mean, after GitHub, the fetching that
After
is
Git-
happening, is
It
that
is
the code
GitHub.
pipeline?
GitHub to for AWS server. There should be
This is
code.
AWS service. This is AWS service also EC2. This is all outside. GitHub is a separate tool. AWS is a separate tool. In AWS, there are various tools like code deploy, code pipeline, code is AWS EC2 machine. Okay. Understood? These are all separate things. Fine.
One question.
Hmm.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm asking this fetch, which is there, the right after the GitHub, you have written code pipeline outside the box. I'm just confused. That's why I'm asking. Is
No,
this
no.
code pipeline should come instead of the fetch or just below the fetch?
No. Code pipeline means it is going to do two tasks: fetch and code deploy.
Okay.
Okay. Code deploy is one more service. It's a separate service. So what is, okay, think that you're trying to prepare a biryani. In biryani, you will have rice, and you will have when you want to prepare biryani, you will first start the oven. You will also need rice. You will also need masala. You will also need a lot of other things, right? So it is like that. Pipeline is like step of process to do
No,
one
sir,
task.
that is understood. My question is as you are saying, code pipeline is a separate service, code deploy is a separate service, right?
All are AWS service.
But
It's
separate
all
services like EC2 service. That's how we have.
right. It is
Right?
all it is all AWS. This is all AWS. This is AWS. This whole, the top line, this is AWS. Okay. Fine. Cool. This is cloud. Let me highlight. Okay. This whole blue thing is cloud. Okay. This is not good. Okay. Okay. Sorry if I am trying, if I'm going little fast because we have less time, guys. Okay. But then I'm trying my level best to explain in very easily in this short time to all of you this. Okay. It's not
Rahul, Srikanth, code pipeline will do two things you're saying, fetch and code deploy, right?
Hmm.
Code deploy will only just deploy, so how
It will copy the
Okay.
HTML file. So fetch will copy the HTML file here. And then code deploy will do what? Okay, HTML file came. Let me copy it to the server.
Maybe we can understand more clear while doing
Yeah, when we do this.
because
Okay.
it's a bit new to people. Right?
Definitely. But then try to, just picture should be clear. Little bit. Okay. Here. So your HTML, see, this developer is suppose a manufacturing unit. They manufactured, they kept it in the remote repository, remote go down. This AWS code pipeline service deploy is like a logistic. What they are doing, they are trying to copy the manufactured item to a go down, to a central go down somewhere. That is called workspace. And then what it is doing, okay, this particular thing came. Now what you do, you deploy it. You send it to the showroom. So code deploy is doing what? It is sending it to the showroom. Here. Showroom may customers are coming and purchasing it. Is it clear? Now? Okay. Cool. Easy. So now let's do this and understand how come shell scripting is coming into picture. Okay, because we are studying shell script. Somehow that should be there. Okay. Otherwise, no meaning. So we'll log into my AWS portal. This portal. Here you see, I'm actually showing you which one, our pipeline code deploy demo. This one. Okay, so this one. We will see this. I'll give you this particular GitHub repository. Okay. For now, just let me explain you this GitHub first. So what it is doing, it is asking this particular thing is having one YAML file. Okay. There is an HTML file which is this. So think that this developer already pushed the code to GitHub. Okay. Again, this project you have to think from a perspective of shell scripting. Okay, think that where exactly shell scripting is coming into picture. Focus on that. How I'm trying to show you the usage of shell script. Okay, developers already pushed the code to GitHub. I'm not showing you that part, how to push the code to GitHub. Okay, that thing, but we will do that in our main class where we will go in depth and understand the Git. Somehow the index.html is already present here in the GitHub. So this step is skipped. How to push, but then this file is already present here. Cool. Now what I have to do? The script is there. Okay. The script, if you see here, there are a lot of scripts here. It's install dependency, start server, stop server. These are all one small shell script. Okay. These are shell script. See, bin bash. Okay, bin bash. Bin bash. So there are 3 scripts which you kept in a folder called script. No doubt from there. Okay. Mute yourself, guys. Okay, those Amol and just focus. Let me take that. So what I'm saying, in this GitHub, okay, this is a demo GitHub where I'm explaining you that there is a script folder where there are 3 scripts which I have kept. Cool. Okay, now the HTML file is also kept by the developers, which is also good. There is one 𝐴𝐵𝐷 YAML file. Okay, this YAML file we have to create for pipeline to work properly. For this pipeline is going to work, right? For this pipeline, we need 𝐴𝐵𝐷 YAML file. Okay, but then we are not focusing on this part mainly. Okay, but then we know that okay, there is 𝐴𝐵𝐷 YAML file is there. How? Don't focus on what is 𝐴𝐵𝐷 YAML file. Focus that okay, there is some file which is required for code pipeline to work. Okay, now this file is saying copy this index.html where to this folder. So this here there is a folder you have to create and then copy this index.html. It is saying that. And then it is saying before you install, before you do all this task, this copy part, what you do, you run this dependency, install dependency. So what it is saying, so where is this install dependency? Under scripts install dependency. Now we'll go to this. Here you see what it is saying, install HTTPD. So remember I told you that we need to install Apache, which is HTTPD, so that we can open this file, index.html. Who will do that? That script will do that. That script is present where? Here only. Okay. That script is present here. Someone wrote it. Maybe this DevOps team wrote, and they kept it. Now that script, you will when you do the fetch, script will be copied here also. And your AWS code pipeline is saying through the 𝐴𝐵𝐷 YAML file that boss, what you do before you copy the HTML file, what you do, you run the script here so that this prerequisite is installed. It's like giving you a laptop for work. But before I give you a laptop, what I will do, I will install Slack, I will install Google Chrome, I will install Microsoft Windows and everything. Sorry, I will install Excel or all those tools so that you can work on it, right? So who will call it? Who will do that? This install dependency will do. So this is what, this is kind of a shell script. Now this is also one of the functionality of shell script. You understood, right? that you will learn shell script, but then somehow you have to integrate that shell script with some tools like code deploy, code pipeline, or in something else. Okay, or Jenkins, or Linux, or MySQL. Somewhere you will be using this shell script. Okay, so you may say that I have written a shell script for integrating it for installing the dependencies when before my code pipeline will deploy the code to the server. Okay. Now come here again. So it is saying do this. Okay, this is my syntax, which I can get it from Google. When I type 𝐴𝐵𝐶𝐾 it will give my Google. It is syntax which Amazon created. That syntax I am just following. This is not shell script. This is not at all. You have to focus. Just focus on this, that, okay, there is a task which I have to do. Before I have to do this task, I have to install the dependency. Before install. Okay. Before install, what all task I have to do? 2 tasks. Install this dependency, this particular thing. And there is one more thing which I have to do. What? Start the server. Which is this. Service HTTPD start. Both of these are shell script. Till this clear?
I can combine those two in one script only, maybe.
You
right?
want to do that, you can do.
Oh.
Okay. Now I'm just trying to make little bit more in real fact kind of thing, right? Because in install dependency, currently I'm only installing one, but there can be 200 other things which you will be installing.
True,
right?
Yeah, got it.
Okay. Is it clear? Then there is another step which is application stop, which is calling the stop script, which is again here. So these 3 things is what is a shell script. Here, there is a script here which is just installing the Apache, but then can you write an Ansible playbook here to do the whole task? Yes. You can do that yum install git clone, and then you can run an Ansible playbook name that will do the whole thing, the lot of other things which will be there. Okay, the whole playbook will run. That means a shell script can also call a playbook, an Ansible playbook. Okay, so you have the horizon is like endless. You can do so many things from shell script. Clear, right? Okay, so now this is one thing. Now what I will do, I already created. I was showing you yesterday, right? I was working on this and there was some error coming, and then I was able to fix that error. Let me quickly log into the console, log back in. Okay, and then what the hell? Okay, so password worked. Okay, now here you see, as I told, we have to create a code pipeline. So I created a code pipeline called connect. Okay, this code pipeline, okay, we can create now also one, but then this is already created. Okay, or we can create pipeline. Okay, we can write here a sample something. Then click on this existing service role. Then select this particular pipe role, okay, which is already being created. For you, you have to create a new one, because automatically this will be populated, this particular role. For me, I already created, so for me it's showing this existing one. Okay, select this.
Sir, can you please create a new one? It may take just few seconds. Sorry, it will help us.
No, it will not come. It will create only once. That's what I'm saying. That's what this name is there, no? This service role.
Okay.
Okay, that's what. You can create another one if you want. Means, okay, sample 3. Okay, let's do this. Okay, code pipeline. Let's 3 sample. Maybe if you want to do create one. Next, source provider. What do you want to provide a source? I want to provide GitHub. for my code pipeline, the source is GitHub. So I will select the GitHub. Then I will have to connect to the GitHub. Okay, I will have, you don't have now GitHub account because I have not taught you. But then maybe if you have it, what you can do, you can click on connect. Okay, there will be multiple connect source which will be there. Click on the connect, and then you will be able to connect. Okay, it's like pretty simple. Just follow the UI and give your username, password, and this thing. Give a name like, okay, on test, and connect to GitHub, and then it will ask you username, password. Give those things, and you will be able to connect. Okay, once this is all done, okay, you will have to select the repository name. My repository name is nothing but AWS CI/CD pipeline code deploy demo. Select that, and then the branch name. Branch name is nothing but, here you see the main branch. So give here main branch, and then give next. So all these things are already done here, okay, which I am trying to show you all here. So this is one, okay. Maybe what I can do, right, because we don't have much time, it's like 2 minutes left. Okay, I don't want to create now. Maybe we can connect on Monday. Okay, anyway, we have a shell scripting, we have another batch, this course going to come. Okay, you all join that. Maybe I can show that demo here. Okay, this particular, I don't know, this one. Okay, join this free workshop. Okay, I'll give the link on the chat window. Okay, there we can do this thing. Okay, but then for now I'll show you. Mainly we wanted to see how these scripts are interrelated. So the connect is already there. Where connect, in this connect, I am actually attached the connect GitHub thing. This GitHub is doing what? Let me edit this GitHub. Edit stage. This one. Here you see this Java. This Java is there, but then I was testing the Java also. What I will do, I will use this one, and I'll change. Okay. This is a new one, right? Change it. And what is the branch name? Main is the branch. Okay. And then everything else is same. Okay. Done. That is done. Now I don't need this code build stage. Why? Because this is an HTML file. So in HTML, what will I build? Nothing to build, right? It's a HTML. It's not Java. Okay, Java may we need
So
to
build, is it like a jar file we are creating, or war file?
War file we need to create, but then here we don't have to create anything. Right?
But that is a build process, right?
That is a build process.
Okay.
Correct. But then here in HTML, what will you build?
Yeah, these are static pages. We don't need to build that.
Static page. So there is no build required. Correct. So this is there. Let me discard code build. Let me do edit stage, delete. Okay, deploy is there, done. Edit stage, this one. Code pipeline, main. So we will do this thing step by step, guys. Okay, just focus on this, that okay, maybe I don't have time now. Okay, I have to rush now. Okay, because this is my office time. Okay, so source. Okay, source is that GitHub thing which will fetch the code, this particular portion, fetch the code, and then what it is going to do, it is going to deploy the things. Okay, deploy, code deploy, it is going to run. Now it failed, but it will work properly. Okay, so for now this is done. Now this is my connect thing. If I click on release change, it will run, but then this requires a server to be there. This server to be there, right? Code deploy is there, but where it will deploy? To the server. So I need the server. So where is my server? Let's see. EC2. I'll have to see that my server is up and running. So we'll go to the server. There is a server which is deploy server. Okay, this particular server is there, but then let's see if this server is attached to my code deploy or not. So this is my code deploy. Click on this code deploy. Click on this deployment group and see that this server is attached to this particular code deploy or not. Okay, so let's see. Here you see deployment role. There is deploy server. Okay, this is, see, it is going to deploy where? To this deploy server. Okay, so now this is code deploy. Okay, I'll have to show you this full. Okay, so there are two things here. One is deploy, one is pipeline. Okay, now let me just run the pipeline and see if it is, what is the error or it's passing or not. Okay, how will I run the pipeline? I will click here. I will click on release change. If I click a release change, let's see if it is releasing or not. So first it will fetch the code as I promised you. It's fetching the code. Okay, so let's see, it's rotating. It's fetching the code. Okay, we'll wait for a few minutes. Once it fetches, it will go to the deploy phase. See, this succeeded. Now deploy phase is running. If you go to this deploy phase, go to code deploy. Okay, go to sample and go to this one and see this particular events, and you see they are all succeeded. Okay, the event is succeeded just now, 12:33. It is 12:34, like just 1 minute back, right? It's all done. Now we will go here. We'll copy
Sir,
this
one
IP.
second. There's a validate service at the last option. So did it validate the service if you go down?
If it
the last
validated
one?
the service less than 1 second, it validated that everything is working fine or not, and it find application start. It will start the things. Application stop. Okay, it will check everything, that everything is there.
That is S3
Okay.
one is automatically stored there, or it's any
Yeah, S3 is for storing the
content, right?
repository, the
Yes.
artifact, the HTML file and the things.
Oh,
Okay. So now what happened here? Okay, this is having a big story here, that the server will run an agent. So you need to understand that when you run code deploy, for this, even again a 1 hour session will be there because I can't rush. I'm just giving you a hint that an agent will be there. That agent is going to check the GitHub always, that if there is any change or not. If there is any change, it will automatically deploy it. Now what I do, let me do this. Okay, let me change the HTML file a little bit. Okay, I'll change the HTML file as see here, welcome to the AWS code deploy, new change. I will write new change. Okay, what's happening? New, something like this, I new added. Okay, and then I will commit and then commit. So once I do this, now you go to the code deploy code pipeline and see what will happen. You see, automatically, okay, this deploy is running, and your website which is there, it will change to new. Did I do this? No, I just did in GitHub, where in this section. See, I did change here, but it automatically changed here, so that my customer, when they are doing GET request, they are able to see the change. Okay. Now you need to know in detail.
Sir, one
like
question. When you added this new to that HTML and committed, when that means whenever there is a new commit, like Jenkins also, it always looks for a new commit. Whenever there is a new commit, it'll go deploy. That's what it is. Code deploy is also doing here. Code pipeline or code deploy, whatever. But sir, what happens to the pre-install the shell scripts that are there, right? The app spec that you mentioned.
That's why I'm saying that is like only for one time to run.
So how will it check that these services are already existing, like HTTPD and all that?
If it is there already, why it will do? That's what I'm saying. Code deploy is already installed. See, before it do the task, it will check, okay, that this particular thing is there or not. It's already not, it's there installed already. So it will not do the task again.
Okay.
Right. So it has already done that. Now, what I am saying, yeah, but very good questions, guys. But then try to focus on this auto deployment. When you push the things here, it is auto deployed here. How it deployed? There is a catch here. There is something called agent running, which we will discuss in our class in detail. Okay. But our focus was to explain you this, that these are the scripts which are being called. Okay. And this is how you can use shell script also. Similarly, okay, I told that today we will be able to do Docker. So here there is a, see yesterday we have done check function. Similarly, Docker also you can install. I'll give this particular script. Try to spin up a server with user data, like we have done yesterday. Okay, with user data option enabled, and try to spin up a server with this particular script. And when you run this script, you will see that your server will be spinned up, okay, with Docker already installed in it. Okay, Docker script to be used in bootstrapping. Okay. Yesterday I explained what is bootstrapping, guys. So what is bootstrapping? When you want to install something, when you spin up a server, right? When you pop up a server, that is called bootstrapping. So this bootstrapping script will do that particular task. Okay, it is going to install YAML-util, it is going to install, it is going to check each and every step, it will check, it will going to install Docker, it is going to start a Docker, it is going to run these things. Okay, so then finally Docker will be installed. So this is how you will write a script. Okay, but writing a shell script is pretty easy. Okay, but then the usage of scripts, where to use, how to use, when to use, that is like the main thing which I am trying to explain you here. That with this particular example, with the Docker example. Okay, writing a script is not difficult. That class was over third day only.
So can you share this Word document?
No, I already shared, right? The script. Word document.
The Word document.
This Word document we can't share, Minaj. You have to join the complete class for that. Right? It's a compliance issue. I'm just giving you a little bit of things from here, so that if I give everything, then where is our revenue generation? Right? Cool. So so guys, what you will be doing, okay, next for this. Okay, so next is I've given a link for the event. This is an event going on. Okay, join that event and you will be join this. Zoom is very difficult. Okay, join this event where a free workshop demo kind of thing is there, where you can see the things. But then I hope already you know how we teach. For you all only, okay, for all the participants who join the shell scripting, okay, there are around a lot of participants who are in joined our shell scripting thing, free thing. For them, we have giving a good discount, which Emmanuel will explain you better. Okay, for them we are giving good discount. You can, it's an early bird discount. You can actually, if you want to join this is around 25,000 course fee, okay, which will be giving discount and will come up to 15,000. But then if you join now, only for you, though, you guys, okay, who attended this free workshop, you can join this particular thing for just 5,999. Okay, this is what I know from the top, like from the marketing perspective, which but then they will give you the coupon code to enroll for the course, okay, which you have to do before 14th.